Hey friends. This is something a little bit different. I'm gonna look at a visual novel that I have in my library. It looks like it's either been... I don't know if this is originally created by, but it's been released by Hanako Games, which does a lot of, less similar to this sort of looking visual novel type things from what I glanced over. This is I think a adaptation of a very old, story game. A hot sun beats down on you even as sunset draws close. You shift in your saddle as your father, General Hamroth, orders, "Halt!" Oh. He motions you to dismount. "We're going to camp early tonight." The caravanners who have been guiding you across the colored sands and rocky terrain of the wastes are hurrying. They use their robes and banners as tents against the sun. Their leader, Ranth, salutes you and your father. Oh, he's a real handsome-looking guy. "Great, General. We are ready for the Warden." "Good." Hamroth turns to answer your question before you can even ask, putting an affectionate arm around your shoulders. Maybe I should have made this guy more soft-spoken. "My curious Tierna, the Warden comes from the High Elves who look after the valleys of the south. He must meet us in best judgment before he can give us permission to cross their lands. Change into battle dress, you have practice yet." You groan, but stop as you see your father's eyebrows rise. You remind yourself that the reason you've come across the waste is to toughen you on your journey to the warrior games. You dress in light battle gear, ringmail sword, small bow, with a dagger at your waist, over your dusty riding boots, and trousers, and full-sleeve blouse. I was confused a little bit by the order of operations there. A dagger at your waist, over your dusty riding boots, and trousers, and full-sleeve blouse. Okay. You lean over to braid your auburn hair so that you may tuck it underneath the lightweight helmet. "Father, will we have time to visit the Temple of Neron? Squinty face. "I want to see where he battled Slag and threw him down from the mountain." The spot where the blue dragon died became a mighty spring, which spills into a lake and then runs across the desert as the river Ashkaranath. Someday you hope you will do deeds as glorious as Neron. It's why you're a warrior. Hamroth shakes his head no. "I don't think so, Tierna. It's dangerous here. Trina. Slag left more than destruction behind. He left a path of great evil that attracts others. Neron deserves our tribute, but we should hurry on our way. Besides, you need to get to the Warrior Games on time, or you'll have to wait until next year for your promotion. But..." Is it Tierna? Did they misspell it? Did I just imagine it? "I know. You're maybe too late by then." "Ah." You finish his thought for him and give him a light kiss. "Don't worry, Daddy. I can be a girl and a fighter too. No one is going to steal my heart." At least you think. Not until you've had the chance to do exciting things, and perhaps win a great fortune. The only treasure your father has left from his career is a gift from the elves, a cloak of concealment, which he carries everywhere with him. It is a wonderful thing to own, but there are many other wonderful things in the world. Your father sighs. "Don't be too sure of that. I should have done the sigh earlier. I thought I could be a father and a husband and a general, but your mother did most of the hard work for me. It wasn't until your mother was gone and I had to take care of you myself that I realized how hard it could be. Now no more stalling. You have work to do. I will not have you out of shape at the games." You take a deep breath, and with a salute, you begin the exercises he has taught you to train your body and your mind for a fighter's life. Though it seems you draw your sword against shadows, each movement stretches and tones your muscles. You are small but wiry. Your father has taught you to be agile and daring as you leap and jump. Your imaginary opponents scatter. Suddenly, real screams tear the night. Ah! Oh no! Your companions run in confusion as terrifying war yelps come from what must be maddened orcs. Run. Attack! Okay, I forgot what his voice was. Your father jumps to his feet, grabbing his elven cloak of concealment. He throws the cloaks about you before drawing his sword. Stay down, Tyrna! He runs into the night, his sword ready to protect the fleeing wagoners. Oh, weapons clash and steel rings, shattering the once peaceful calm of the wasteland. You can hear Ranth giving his tribesmen orders to fight. You can't see much through the cloak. It wasn't meant to be transparent. You can hear the noise and the shouts and the cries of pain. Bodies thud to the ground near you. Your heart beats wildly in fright, but you can't let your father fight alone against so many orcs. They crash through the camp, gnashing their tusks and chasing the terrified caravanners. Caravanners? They can't see you as you race after your father, but your sword hangs in front of you as though enchanted. Well, these battle sounds are like super loud in my ears. They yelp in fear. Oi, 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 oi. You feel a little guilty. It is not a fair battle, but the orcs are swarming everywhere. You must help your father. Even as you reach his side, he stumbles. His opponent howls in triumph. The orc leader shakes his war club in fury. Your father doubles over, his sword falling. He has been wounded. You step in front to protect him from another blow as the orc swings his mighty club. Ah! Great pain and fire flash through your head, and you sink into darkness. You awake with cold water stinging your face. Is that a super hot guy? You look into the most beautiful violet eyes you have ever seen. Are they violet? Shading makes it a little bit difficult. I guess so. A young man bends over you, but he is no one you know. His hair is like sunlight, and you blink in bewilderment at the sight of pointed ears. The expression in his eyes is stern. I mean, kind of. Father, where is he? You struggle to sit up. The night has passed, and the bright morning makes your head hurt. You are elven?
Yes, luckily for you. Otherwise, I'd never have spotted you still alive under that cloak of yours.
Tears sting your eyes as you look around and remember the desert battle. Your father's body is surrounded by many slain orcs. You hold back your sorrow, thinking that he died honorably, defending others. As your rescuer helps you stand, you see he is taller than you. Your chin reaches his broad shoulders. He cannot be a true elf. Your father's warning of evil in the wasteland makes you wonder. Evil! You put your hand on your sword's hilt. Who are you?
Gavin, warden of these wastes. And you must be Tyrna, Hamroth's daughter.
Then you're the one we were waiting for when the orcs struck.
I too hate orcs. I came to protect you.
You were too late. Sadly, you bend to gather the goods scattered from your pack. You notice that few of the bodies are caravanners. Why can't I say that word? Caravanners. Though dead orcs lie everywhere, Ranth and his tribesmen have disappeared. As you look, footprints in a faint trail show that the orcs have taken the caravanners prisoner. You shudder at the thought of the horrors they must be experiencing. Better to die than be enslaved by orcs. Your father's death was in vain unless you rescue them. Quickly, you retrieve his sword.
Swap.
Gavin knocks it from your hand.
Take nothing. The orcs will be back. They remember every piece of loot they have left behind.
You stare. Already you miss your father terribly. You have nothing left of your father but the elven cloak and memories. You cannot let his death be useless. You must go after Ranth and his tribemen. How can a cold-natured elf, warden or not, understand? I must do something.
What can you do?
You don't answer right away. Does Gavin have another reason for being late, or not caring? Murderous orcs don't seem to bother him, though elves and orcs have warred countless generations. You have the trail sign clearly before you. Perhaps it would be best for you to go on alone after the caravanners. Yet even if you found the orcs, you would be outnumbered. You have a lot to learn about fighting, and truthfully, you don't have much stomach for killing after last night. It was not as glorious as you had imagined. You think of Neron and his temple. Perhaps you could get aid there, from pilgrims or maybe even the spirit of the paladin himself. Or, you think, you could stay with Gavin and hope he will help you. You hesitate, unsure of what to do. Gavin touches your shoulder.
You can do nothing. We must leave immediately in case the orcs return.
You stab your sword at the sky. Fishing! I can't leave. I need justice for my father.
There's only one of you. What can you hope to do?
You feel uncomfortable, for there is a strange expression on his face. He waits for your answer. You must decide. Okay, first gameplay decision. Trust Gavin, trail the orcs, ask Gavin to take you to the Temple of Neron. So trailing the orcs would probably kill us. Trust Gavin. Let's ask him to take you to the temple. Pachoo! Neron was only one. You lower your sword. He defeated Slag despite the odds. I can find aid if you'll guide me to the temple.
I can't do that. I'm the warden of Ashkaranath, and there has been trouble at the river. You must cross the river to its source, and then go up into the mountains. Reason advises against it. The land talks to me. Someone or something is rousing old evil. That's why I came as warden from the valleys. The river doesn't flow as it should, yet the gods told my people that it would never dry.
Could it be the orcs?
I don't know.
Gavin turns to look at you, a faint breeze ruffling his hair. You think that he is handsome in his way, and wonder what your father would have thought of him. He sucks. He wears a ranger's garb, and carries a sword of an elven make. What kind of elf is named Gavin? Take me with you to the river, then I'll go on my own and be out of your way. My father was taking me to the warrior games. I can ride. Use a sword. I'm even good with a bow.
You have a long journey to finish.
I'm not going now. You must understand, I can't leave him here without a burial or a tribute or anything. At the temple, maybe I can find another warrior or the gods to help me. He shakes his head.
You are young and pretty, even for a human girl. The wastes are harsh, Tierna. I must follow my duty and send you back to my people, where you'll be safe until I can guide you past the mountains. I'll come back and get you when I know what disturbs the Ashkaranath. I will help the Caraviners if I can.
But that's my job. Gavin raises his head and whistles. At his call, a horse appears, trotting from the shrub-covered hills in the distance. He gallops on the horizon, growing magically near, and nearer, a horse of the purest white, dappled with the gray of storm clouds. He is a truly noble animal. You catch your breath at his beauty. He stops in front of you, pawing the ground.
Stormseeker, I have a human who must be borne back to the valley. Will you carry her for me?
The large brown eyes of the creature consider you with intelligence. You think of appealing to it, anything to keep from getting left behind, or your quest will end before it has begun. How do we appeal to a horse? Plead or think of something else? Not amazing options. Should we plead? Okay. Oh, Gavin, you must let me go with you. Apparently the horse didn't like us pleading. That's weird. Don't ignore me because I'm female. Why, some of your best elven fighters are women. I'm no less. You of all people should be the last to condemn me.
I should. I, Gavin, the half-breed, half-elf, and half-human. I know less than half about anything.
Stormseeker circles around the two of you as though surveying you from all angles. You should continue to try to convince the ranger.
You know that orcs are trouble. One will fit as neatly between two swords as fitted as one. Give me a chance.
He looks away from you, his dark violet eyes troubled.
I cannot.
But why?
You have forgotten Stormseeker. Suddenly his broad head butts you in the back. Oh my gosh! Ah! You stumble and fall into Gavin's arm. He catches you and then for a moment holds you tightly. Ooh, saucy. And just as suddenly the ranger releases you and turns away. That's why.
You'll be in my way. From the first moment when I saw you, you weren't dead and you opened your eyes. I've been caught.
The human half of me walls with the elf.
I can't take you, Turner. You are stung. You had felt something of the same.
Oh, wait, you are stung. You had felt something of the same for him. It bewilders and frightens you. Ah! All you can do is remember to love your mother and father had, and what your mother used to say years ago. The greatest heroes are those with hearts.
The greatest heroes are those with hearts.
Heart. I guess they would all have hearts. I mean, heart more in the, metaphorical sense. You don't say anymore because you don't wish him to know you are also attracted. If he knew, you're afraid he would be even more determined to keep you from harm's way.
Stormseeker.
Yeah? You wail towards the horse.
Tell Gavin that,
As when horses join into a herd, we'll be stronger together. Hey, Gavin, quit being a dick.
I am overruled, then. We can't stand in the open any longer. Mount up.
He opens his pack and drops a seed into the ground beside your father's body.
What are you doing?
Leaving a tribute for you.
He pulls a tiny amount of water from his canteen. This is water.
This is water from the Ashkaranath. It is special, yet always different. As the water soaks the ground, a
Green shoot breaks through. I'm really bad at fading in and out of accents right now. It grows slowly, twisting toward the sun, branching out until a tree shades the battleground. Green leaves break forth, then huge golden blossoms cover the branches.
It's beautiful.
Gavin joins Stormseeker.
It will bear fruit later. As long as I or someone waters it from the Ashkaranath every season, it will shelter and comfort travelers across this land.
Without another word, Stormseeker breaks into a lope, and Gavin strides beside him as you travel toward the mighty river and your goal hidden in the arid mountains on the horizon.
Don't worry about me, I can keep up on foot. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to run on sand. Oh.
The day is long. Gavin runs lightly, easily beside you, and you talk of many things. He tells you of the beauty of the green valleys, where he lives and where the Ashkaranath has brought life back to the land. You tell him of your father. Okay, I'm going to take a break here. I don't know if I'm going to do more of those. I'm kind of loving this super retro dumb story. I'm not necessarily dumb, but it's very, of its time. Okay, but yeah, my voice is giving out, so that's enough for now. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Kisses, kisses. Mwah, mwah, mwah.